Streaming now, this is the Wood TV Live Desk.
And good morning, everyone. Phil Penarski here with the News 8 Live Desk. Hope you're having a great day so far. Pride Month is getting started this weekend, and the city of Lowell is going to kick it off with a bang this Saturday. Lowell Pride Fest returns and will feature a lot of fun activities, panel discussions, and so much more. And joining us today to break it all down is Paula Patterson, the president of Lowell Pride. Paula, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you so much for having us.
Of course, we're very excited to talk about this, and obviously this being the fourth time that Lowell Pride has hosted this festival. I mean, how excited are you to be bringing it back for another year?
I think we're really excited to be here. We've experienced a lot of change over the last year with some leadership modifications as our former president stepped down. So there's been a lot of adjustment throughout the whole year with some new infrastructure reviews, new websites, the whole shebang, basically. So I think we're really excited that we've been able to make it this far and to put on an event that's not only offering what we've had in the past, but even some better and bigger things this year.
Yeah, no, we're going to be going all into it later on in this conversation, Paula, but did want to ask about Pride festivals in general, especially for you guys down in Lowell. I mean, can you just talk about the importance of these types of festivals for the LGBTQ plus community? I mean, obviously it's nice to be surrounded by people who maybe have some shared experiences than, that you have with yourself, but, from a cultural standpoint, what does it mean to be able to provide this festival to the greater community in West Michigan?
Yeah, so I think the thing that I think of, first when I think about having a Pride Festival, especially in Lowell, is visibility and representation. We're a small community out here, and as a small community, sometimes that visibility can be low, and you can, not realize that there are so many like-minded people or people that you have so many things in common with in the area. So that's kind of the first thing that I think about when I think about why we do this. I think we also really work hard to try to promote an inclusive space, to create a space that's welcoming for people of all orientations, of all identities and gender expressions. And part of that also too comes with just raising awareness in the community. Sometimes people aren't aware of, the stigmas that come or the inequalities that people face. And so some of the vendors that we have here, some of the events that we have as well on the main stage, help to raise some of that awareness so people can kind of understand, what barriers are in place, and then also, what do we need to do to kind of move past some of those barriers? We also see a ton of community building and networking, as we have a long list of nonprofit organizations that also come out and support the event too. And it's really great for them to be able to share, the resources that they have and the information that they have access to people in the community as well.
Definitely a lot that goes into putting on a festival like this to ensure that there is a lot of fun, but also, a lot of dialogue that goes into this as well. And, on top of all of the great things that are going to be happening at this festival, Paula, there is also a fundraising aspect to this as well. Obviously, this festival is one of the biggest events you guys host and really allows you guys to do a whole lot more throughout the year with Lowell Pride. I mean, can you talk about just some of the things you guys plan to do with some of the funds raised throughout this event to really kind of continue the work you guys have been putting on throughout the rest of the year?
Yeah, so I think Lowell Pride up to this point, we've done a few of these festivals. As you mentioned, this is our 4th annual festival. So we've done a few of these, and the thing that we're really trying to push the bounds on this year is deep diving with the community into opportunities for education, consistent opportunities for community. We've been able to start some of our first small groups that meet every single month. We have a group that supports the needs of parents in the LGBTQIA plus community, as well as the youth. And a lot of those groups are looking to put together some of those educational opportunities. So that means bringing out speakers to have conversation and discussion around, the concerns that people might have from some of our small groups. So a lot of it is going to being able to support the educational portion, to support community and outreach in the whole Lowell area as well.
And as we've touched on a couple of times already, Paula, there is a lot planned for this year's festival. As I mentioned, there's a lot of fun activities, panel discussions. What are some of the big things that you're really looking forward to bringing the community to this weekend and really allowing them to really experience in real time at Pride?
Yeah, so of course we always listen to our event goers, and we're bringing back some of the favorites that everybody has had. So that's always like our kids crafts and activity area. Our story time gets great feedback. We're bringing back this year a poetry hour, some great musicians and some drag queens as well. The thing that we're focusing on and doing different this year, we've packed in way more musicians than we've ever had before. We have more vendors than we've ever had before as well. We've been able to solve the food issue with a variety of food trucks coming out too. But I think there's kind of a couple things that I've seen that people in the community are really excited about. One of them you touched on was a panel discussion that's happening in the middle of the day. So that panel discussion is focused on mental health and community building. We've seen a lot of fantastic feedback. People are really excited to show up for that one. We also are hosting an empowerment photo booth this year, and then we have a couple community projects. So we have a healing tree community project where people kind of have an opportunity to sort of express their hopes, their dreams, kind of release some of their emotions through the process of that project. And then we also have an Erase the Hate art project where we are transforming some of the hateful messages that we've received online into something that is an inspirational art piece for the community. So I'm really excited to see how those turn out and what that looks like for everybody involved.
Yeah, and we're definitely excited for all the fun things you guys do have planned. It should be a really fun time. And Paul, you've really laid out everything that is going to be taking place this Saturday at the Riverwalk in downtown Lowell for the Lowell Pride Fest this Saturday. But I do got to ask, as somebody who's so heavily involved in putting something on like this as yourself, you know probably better than anybody just the importance of having a festival like this, bringing it to people, and why people should maybe consider coming out. So for people that are maybe on the fence, maybe they don't know if this is something that they want to attend to, or maybe they're having a little bit of qualms about possibly finding time to come on out. I mean, what would you say to them to really make sure that they're out there and really have a fun time and get to enjoy all the things you guys have planned?
Yeah, well, I mean, I definitely think, even if you're pressed for time, you can stop in or check out, what does the schedule of the day look like, and see if there's a couple hours that you might be able to kind of slide into your schedule to attend. But typically we see a lot of people out there coming out for most of the day. It's a great open and inclusive environment where people can really be their authentic selves. And there's a huge variety of activities, for kids, preteens, teens, adults, everybody. We kind of have it covered. So I would encourage people to kind of come out. Maybe you're looking for some information, maybe you have some questions, or you're looking for some resources, or maybe you just want to meet some new friends or have a chill afternoon listening to some music in a comfortable space. I think there's a huge variety and a great opportunity for everybody to be able to find something fun and exciting to do at the festival on Saturday.
Well, it's set to be a really fun time. Paula, thank you so much for stopping by today. We really do appreciate it. And I do want to remind everybody watching that if you would like to know a little bit more information on the Lowell Pride Fest happening this weekend, well, you can find it all right now over on our website, woodtv.com. And for our Facebook audience, of course, we have links down in the description box in the comment section where you can find all that information as well. Paula, one last time, thank you so much for being here. We really do appreciate it.
Well, thank you so much for having us. I'm super excited about the event on Saturday, and I can't wait to see how it goes.
Absolutely. And